I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's Daily Review. Today is Tuesday, September 19, 2023. So we had this big bearish day candle. So yesterday, you got to understand what are you picking? Are you picking a bullish day or a bearish day? What do they both look like? Identify where the liquidity is, and that will make things a lot easier for you, right? So we made the video here. I'm going to just show it from the 4-hour and the daily. We had an indecisive day yesterday. We had said we could have a big range today. So watch yesterday's video. So this makes sense. And then we had these equal lows kind of right here with this liquidity sitting here. Too much liquidity, real too close to itself. If you got your order flow in the day, then you're going to want to head that direction, right? What's after that? Well, we're in this control fib right here. And then we're also in this fib. But this fib can fail because of the liquidity. We were mentioning these lows here. And in the previous videos, we were mentioning this liquidity here. This was an extreme, of course. But hey, listen, anything's possible in this market, obviously, right? So when we popped up yesterday, that wasn't the displacement. It was really just getting into this up candle. This down candle and wiping out the liquidity there. And then holding structure as resistance the whole way. And it's just really a drop and then a consolidation and then another drop, right? If you had nothing on the chart here, right? But also we're also referencing this gap again. So it wasn't out the picture, but they wanted to take us out. Sure. Now, if it was going to go up, you would have wanted to see this high get broken to the left right here. But you're not getting that, right? So you're getting this movement down, and this is the exact same day as Friday, damn near. Literally to the T. Watch Friday's video of past Friday, September 15th, so this makes sense. You'll see exactly how I approached today, and then make sure that even when you're wrong, you can still end up being right? And that'll make sense in a second. So let's go into a smaller time frame here, and then take a look here. We made the video here, right? So I was selling into this if this fib held, and I was mentioning, do these lows get protected? That low and that low, right? So from here, price came down. Well, we popped up, took out that high there, almost. And then we came down, we took out that low. All right, so now this is London, right? So we're back at a 70 here, all right, and then the price goes up. So when you're here, and watch, you're going to see Friday do the exact same thing. When you're here and the price is coming up, you have to also remember that this, if it fails, what does it look like going down? If I was to show you Friday, look at Friday right here, same story, but we reached at a top, right? And then we shot down, and then we retraced to a 50 right here. So if I was to show you this fib here, here is fine, I believe. Yeah, look at that. See how we came down, and what time is it? At 8 o'clock. We came down, and I happened to be ready at 8:30 on that Friday. Retraced, and then it came sinking all the way down, lower low, lower high. Okay, so here, if you look at today, me personally, today I get ready at 9 o'clock. Unfortunately, I wasn't ready at 8 o'clock. So if I was ready, that would have been beautiful. This popped right in right here. And then I would have understood already that this high to this low to this lower high is at a 61, and it's being protected by the gap. Do you have this gap on your chart? If you don't, then you would have missed that. But me understanding that when I'm waking up here, ready here at 9 o'clock, we've already broke that low. So this from here to here is already a range and direction of a fib. So right here, this is what I should be doing. 9 o'clock here. I know we're coming for this liquidity, but the question is, does it bounce from here to go up as a last resort? Because it should have done it here. If it didn't, you've already got order flow here, right? a lower low, lower high, and a lower low. And we're at 9:30. Okay, I'm gonna have to go to a smaller time frame so you can see this. We end up wiping it out before even 9:30. Okay, so I'm like, okay, this is a bearish day. It's heavy. All the other indices are very heavy as well. You can see that they've all turned very hard, and we have liquidity below. Okay, so not even if, and here's where I even if I failed, I still won. Let me show you a 1 minute. Whatever. It was a 30-second really, but we'll just leave it at this. 1 minute's much easier. So I have this fib already. Okay, so this is technically a break and we're coming to the downside. But just in case this is just taking liquidity, let it flow and see if it's going to go up. Okay, so I still take that shot. But here's the deal. So 9:30 comes right here. Right here. 9:29 shoots it down, takes that liquidity out I was mentioning, and we have reached that low. That low as well, right? All right, so, and this happened really quick on the time frame, so you couldn't even catch it if you tried to, but you didn't even need to. When this price comes down, I've got another fib. So usually I'll have it from here. Usually I'll have it from here, and it'll be stretched out like I was showing you Friday, and then it retraced, and this was at a 38. Okay, so it wasn't a 50, but I don't have to put it right here because remember this here, this had already retraced to a 50. See this? So when this was the high of the high, right? And this came down. Yes, it breaks below there. That's your first sign, obviously. You do a retrace here and it gets held by the 50. Takes out that liquidity but pauses and it comes down. So if you are aware of this, I don't need to put the fib here. I don't need to put the fib up here. I'm going to use this. I could use this right here and then come down. Look at this. Coming to a 50, right? And I can't make that up. And even if you thought, well, what about that one? This could have been a 50. Yeah, that's true too. It is fair delivery. But now I'm going too far away from what I'm really doing. But this would have worked as well, right? See how it shot right to the 50? Okay. So, but this was fine. Either one was fine. But here's what I do. I do the same thing Friday. Right. And while this is happening, I'm like, this is exactly like Friday. And on top of that, we're over here on the oversold 4 hour. Now I've been referencing this a couple times. I'm not married to this, but at the same time, it is suspect for this to come up from it hitting an oversold area on the 4 hour to then, because now it's under the 50 level of here. Right? So that means it's showing the strength of it containing price here, meaning that we're still looking for lower prices, right? Because for you to go under the 50 and then come all the way back up here, it's not likely. It's not likely at all. This is a swing down. When this is over, we're going to be looking for a swing up, however that looks like, right? But you this I was mentioning a couple times is suspect. So point of me saying that is just in case, all right, just in case I'm wrong. All right, I still take the buy. All right, so I missed this obviously because it's way too fast. Comes up here, should have took the sell. Okay, no problem. Comes down. Okay, comes lower into this wick and it gets, we take liquidity there. We're at that line right there just in case it wanted to buy up. I take the buy anyway. All right, so buys up here. Does not break. If this was going to be something that I wanted to see go all the way up, okay, cool, but it's not likely. But for it to maybe come up here to a deeper retracement, like a 61, clear them out, that would have made sense to me too. And then I would have maybe took a sell there, but it goes against me. So this right here is the moment where it's Friday of last Friday, because I did the same exact shit. So that's why I'm saying go watch that video so this will make sense. What I did on that Friday was I took that same trade, but I was ready at 8:30 at this time. And that was news. And I took all this and I took the profit. Once I had a loss here, I was done. I didn't play with them at all. Right? So with that understanding, okay, now coming back to present time, I said, okay, the mistake that I have that day journaled too. I don't journal every day, but I mean, that day was super journaled. And I remembered this. That's why I make these videos as well. So anyways, when I lose here, you have to automatically know that you're in the wrong direction. Because if it's going to keep buying, it should not be coming down here or breaking that low. We should already be going up. You have to recognize when you're wrong. So when I'm wrong here, guess what I do? No problem. I'm going to take the sell that I should have took on Friday, which is, what does it do? It breaks that low and breaks that low. Then we come right back up into this up block. On a 1 minute, it looks like this. On 30-second, it looks a lot cleaner. I'll show it to you anyway. Fuck it. I want to make this video quick. You see that right there? So we take out that low with this. Then we have an imbalance with that up block right there. You see it? See that block right there? See that? We come right into it. Right into it. Beautiful. You could have took the sell when it popped up into here the first time. Damn, I hate when it does that, bro. Let me move this. And I want to move this. So with these three up candles right here, imbalance, retrace, kind of like a support resistance. And you see the order flow. Look, follow the order flow. All I had to do was take the sell from here when it popped up into here. And I knew that. But I have to allow, to see what happens. And I'm okay with taking the loss. But here, when you get this order flow, you could have took the sell right there. Obviously, you could have took it up here and up here, right? But I know I got this 50 and it breaks. Once it breaks, that qualifies this fit. So this is now qualifying it being bearish. And you have to look at the day. When the price opened up here, when we made the video yesterday, do you see a bullish day showing on this chart? It would be very awkward. It could have, but it would be very awkward. What would look good? A bearish candle. Why? Because you have purpose of liquidity, so you got to identify it. That's a big deal. Anyways, so price breaks and pops right into that candle. And look I have all the liquidity that we took. I have them highlighted as targets, but then I have them, they're used. So I changed the color to a lighter color, right? I got to show you here. I'd rather do this on a 1 hour right here. So you'll see as we're coming down, we take out that low and that low. So I put this in the same family right here. This right here. What's next? This is a swing low here. Here's another higher low, a swing higher low here. Here's another swing here, right there. Fuck that low. This low right here. All right, and then you have obviously you have the main low of liquidity. They have balls to do it all today. So again, just like Friday. And when Friday was coming, it was really just coming to wipe out all that. So technically, this is a low, a lower high, a lower low. This is kind of the structure that we're going in now. It's not showing the historical data to be accurate right now. So, and then dollar still stays kind of staying up on the upside, but we did get some movement. So, for example, right here, this is our second pretty much down day, even though this came all the way down and came all the way back up. When this was at 8:30, that's what was pushing us. When we were down here, that pushed us down and dollar came up. Okay, so that's what kept us going. But and I'll get to that in a second. But right here, this is so when you're wrong, you know, put it as in your rules. I have it in one of my rules. If I'm wrong here on my bias and it's not following, then I am off. I'm off sides. I'm not. I am not in the right direction. Okay, so if you look, and all you have to do is literally stop what you're doing as far as buying goes and sell. It doesn't mean you push to sell right away. You wait for order flow. And this is you had two opportunities. We have many opportunities, but right here, coming back in here, and then coming down, coming back in here, and then coming down again and coming back in here. You see that? Can you see this? That little indecisive candle. Even though this candle breaks down, we pop up here, it gaps, and it retraces right back up into these three blocks, using the first two because they're right next to each other. Not really worried about so much here. And if you did, it's fine, but you're going to want your stop loss here. So stop loss is right here above that when this popped in here. And then if you took an entry right away here, your stop loss would still have to be right there. But what's the point of all this? You're underneath that, right? That low that we took out, right? So you can see it retest. Also, you have a confluence with that green line. See how the green line goes all the way through? You have another green line that goes all the way through. So we are attacking these liquidity levels, right? And then on top of that, we'll use them as support resistance as well, because they're referencing those previous lows. So shooting it down. Where am I taking this? I'm obviously taking this to the farthest level of liquidity, because the market and all assets are just sinking, and it's very obvious that it wants to take this liquidity. This is option 1, option 2, option 3. Usually I'll wait and get out right about here, but I was like, I'm feeling myself. This is definitely a main target. Plus, I want to see an oversold area here. Obviously, you can see it on the 1 hour easily, but the 4 hour is still playing. So that being said, when the price hits here, it hits that second. I'm sorry, hits that first option that I was mentioning, which is that low right there inside the gap. Pay attention. Inside the gap, look over here, right here. What does the price, the gap should be here. It's not, you can't see it. So I'm going to highlight it just so you can see it here. This is showing you that we're in that gap. Okay? Because you can't see it on this time frame. But do you see how it comes down, taps the bottom of that gap? That would have been option 1 for me, even below this liquidity. Okay, boom, retraces right back to that that line. That green line is sitting right there. Let me move this. See the green line? See that low? Okay, so it retraces, and look at it, tapping it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You could have pushed another sell right here, and then this gap you're expecting to come lower, which is what's your next option if it's going to be you're selling the entire range of the day. And keep in mind, we've already had a lot of the range of the day. We've missed it. We've already, speaking for New York people, the price was already here when we woke up and looked at the price. We've already had that much range on the daily candle is what I'm saying. So you're expecting it to be minimum double. Only because it's early in the day, right? For when you're here at 9:30. Anyway, so we use this. I'm going to delete this because remember. So what it did, it referred to the gap, retraced back into it. Let me delete it now. Oh shit. Okay, and it tested that low. Okay, next option is the second low right there, which is that swing low right there. Take a look how we come right to it. Now we bounce it. We bounce up a little bit. We come underneath it. We're playing there. How many times are we playing on there? Holding as resistance. Okay. Until your final target here, which would be obviously that low there. And then on top of this low, so here I have to be done. This is also lunchtime. 11:50 is approaching. It could have whipped on me. I'm out of the trade, and I do take this trade as a buy. I got to take this trade because in the way I flow, taking out a big piece of liquidity like that, I'm going to take that buy. And I wanted to just take lunch and see if it would retrace. Because right now you see I'm taking this fib. Remember, I've got this fib already established. Remember, we've got this fib already established. Boom, sell. This fib is already established. Sell. From here to here to here, another sell. And as you see, I go wrong there. Trying to be smarter than I am, but it's okay because I'm taking the probability of it. It's really more of a probability situation. And if I'm wrong, I know I can fucking reverse my bias and continue with my second option in the day. Is the daily candle going to be bullish or is it going to be bearish? I'm going with bearish now, right? So you have to think that once that happens, you know that this is a lower low, lower high leg, and it's going to continue all the way down to wherever it's going. Fine. Okay, take this trade, lose it. Okay, no problem. Guess what? We get 4 more drives. And by this point, I have to allow this to manifest its manipulative drives down, right? Okay, so if we don't count this, if we do count this, fine. This is 1 loss. 2, I'm not taking this because I know it can come lower. Or this might be 1. So coming here is not, it didn't really break through here, so I don't really want to count it as 1. I usually will count it when it starts taking out a piece of liquidity. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. Now, if you took this one, I am mad at you because I also took this trade as well. So I took a loss again here. So now when I take this loss, guess what? Now it's revealed to me, all right, we've got 3 drives here. We've got 1. You can count that as 2. You can count that as 3. And if I took the 3rd one and I lost, fine. This 4th one is rolling. Guess what? At this point, when we're down here, you also realize that this is a 79. See, I can't make this up. I've been watching this and studying this very hard, right? So I know that this control fib is a very big possibility that we were just trying to get back into this 79 as well, right? And look to the right. So if I do this, it's kind of ugly here. See this 79? I'm going to hover over the 79 and look to the right. Look where price is. Okay, that's why I took this one, because I knew we've already hit the 79, all right, and we were underneath it. So I was like, all right, cool, no problem. But guess what? Came one more time down, and guess what? Also, we have our down candle. We have price that goes above it. You could have been in it already right here. I waited for it to go a little bit higher. Comes right in, comes right back out, and it taps this right there. Get filled here. See that? See that high right there for this candle? Boom. Constant. And what do you want to see here? You want to see constant higher high, higher low. And if you look at the candles, they tell you the story the whole way up. So here's my sell, buy, and sell. So if you follow me, you know I'm looking for 3 good trades in the day. I've already messed that up here. All right, but this qualifies as the main trade sell. If it's bearish, sell. Where's my buy? Okay, I'm looking down here, obviously for my big second trade. That's the buy. Okay, so now we're in, I explained here. Now guess what? So now you're holding and you're trusting it to come to where? You know my MO. I'm either coming to the 50, I'm either coming to a 61 or even deeper. So when we get here to the 50, I'm actually really happy with this. But you see this other line right here? This is one of those lows. So we got those 3 lows here. We got the 1, 2, and 3, right? All right. So this is the dark one. This is the second one. And look how we come right to it, retrace. Boom. They ain't giving you no opportunity to get in. You need to be in. You need to be in on any of these down candles. Pick a down candle and you could be in it. Literally. Except for maybe here, but this retrace right to that low, that down candle. Boom. Another range. Look how it tests that. You could have been an entry right here. This is that low right there. Okay. That low. Bounces right off of it. All right, and our idea is we've identified the range and unfair delivery. Remember, I sold from here. So everybody and their mother sold from here, right? Well, guess what? Look where it went to. So today I said, okay, I like the 50, I like the 61, I even like deeper, but which one am I going to use? Well, it comes above the 50, that's drive 1. I'm usually going to wait for 3 drives to get out. All right, comes here, drive 2, see that? We're not even at the 61. I'm like, this is suspect. All right, wait for a drive 3. Well, look what I get for my drive 3. My drive 3 comes and it's constant bullish candles. I mean, this thing couldn't stop. When we got right here at the 61, I was about to take it out and I was going to be done for the day, but I'm looking for a sell, buy, and a sell. Okay, we're bearish. So or at least it's a bearish day, I should say. So sell, buy, sell. Price comes up here. Okay, rolls right past that candle. Okay. All right. Right now, this is at a 61 right here. Okay. Here's 70 and 79. Where did I buy? Where did I sell from originally? This is if you look on, I know I'm showing you to a smaller time frame, so don't get lost. But I'm showing you the inefficiency of price, also where it broke, which is where support resistance would be called for. So you see here, we got the price action at 930, and then we got massive dropping candles, right? I mean, not massive, but on it when it breaks right here, this is a minimum area. Can't you see without any colors? Even if I open it up, you can see all that inefficiency of price right there. That's where we broke, right? So you even had another opportunity, break, right? Breaks right through. So essentially, the price has the right, or most likely will come and try to rebalance and take all the people who sold all day today out. And look, that's where the 79 is. And if you were watching this live, you would have saw every single one of these candles just constantly bullish, 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 and then it paused right here. Then we had a indecisive kind of candle right there. That is a good signal to get out. Now, I don't need to wait for this line right here, which is the low that we did break in the AM. I didn't have to, it was suspect to touch it, but I took the sell anyway because I was like, okay, cool. We came all the way up here, and now this is support resistance, right? Boom. Took this sell. Where do I want to take? This is a last trade. I obviously would love to take it down here, right? Because this is, I'm in this fib. I'm bearish. I'm following flow. But I would have been happy with right here. That's why I put it right here. I would have been happy with it right here because this is kind of where it was selling, then buying, and it broke. And then you can see this big imbalance. I would have liked a retracement back down a little bit. Again, would have loved it to come here, but I had no expectations for this, and we're losing time in the day. It's already, you know, it's this was at 2:30 something, and then right here it's 3:20. It was kind of taking forever, and then once it bounced up right here and took out that high, I closed it. I was done for the day. What did it end up doing? It bounced from that same low, retested, and used it as support, and it came up one more time. One more time. So this is the real 3 drive. So 1, 2, 3, right? And it ended up coming right to that line, right? It's so funny. And then wiping out whoever. Look where the fucking high came up to, right above my entry. Can't beat that. So that's what they did. I don't need to be right. I need to be profitable. And you're flowing like this. As far as tomorrow goes, yeah. How long is this video? 27 minutes, damn. Let me tell you something. This is still tricky. We have CPI, I'm not CPI, I keep saying that. FOMC fund rates tomorrow. So this can go anywhere. Look at this daily candle real quick. We got liquidity on the top side and the bottom side. So we are not even really oversold here. I still expect lower prices. Now, I'm going to put the options here. You do what you want here. But it is possible that we... either we do this, we come up, yes, and we do come up here, and then come down. It's option 1. Or we actually come down again and then go up. This is really kind of like what I'm seeing. I do see both sides being wiped out. So, and then I wanted to mention when we had this higher low in NAS, they cracked. This was the crack that's showing us that we're going up. So you could see here we were running in step with S&P, but then right here, and it's specifically 1250. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but this buy happens at 1250, which is part of the algorithm's movement on instructions. And this is also at 1 o'clock approaching the PM session. So when this sell was happening, my logic is I'm going to hold this for lunch or through lunch to the closer to the ending of lunch. So that's what it ended up doing. Look at the time is very key too. Some of these things are not just random when I'm taking these shots, even though I'm looking at it on a chart. Forget what the time is, but look what the time of the day is. 1250, beautiful, beautiful time where it takes to buy. And then by 1 o'clock, you should have been in. And this is your opportunity at 1 o'clock right here, sitting here smacking this low of liquidity, and it used it as support. Just bounced back, came back, and then right there, that low right there, smacks that level. You see that? You could literally get in on any of these trades because it's moving. It's ready to roll. It's already took out a big piece of liquidity, so you know that it's going to be a deep retracement. You know it. It's not just any random place, but yeah, 1 o'clock, and your last call was 1:30. So here's 1:30 right here. Boom, right there. That's when the actual PM session starts. Sure enough, you look at 1:30, shoots it up, retraces right back at that level. That's another level of entry. You could have literally waited for this and then caught it up to here as a trader in itself. But me, I like to try to catch the external ranges and only deal with that. All right, so hope this helps. You guys take care. God bless.